Hello everyone, I am Ju Chen, and today I want to present a topic called Neural Adjust Ventilator Assist. We also call that NAVA. First, I want to introduce the history of the ventilator. Long time ago, the first ventilator that we help the patient breathe is negative pressure ventilator. And then the positive pressure device start to become available around 1900, like this, the traditional one. And today's typical intensive care unit ventilator did not begin to be developed until the 1940s. From the original 1940s ventilators, which we also call the T-Bird Mark 7. For this generation of ICU ventilator have existed, each with feature different from that of the previous generation. All of the advancement in ICU ventilator design over this generation provide the basis for speculation on the future. ICU ventilator of the future will be able to integrate electronically with other bedside technology. They will be able to efficiently ventilate all patients in all settings, invasively and non-invasively. Ventilator management protocol will be incorporated into the basic operation of the ventilator. Organized information will be presented instead of raw of unrelated data. An alarm system will be smart. They also have closed-loop control will be present on the most accepted of the ventilatory support, and decision support will be available. The key term that will be used to identify this future ventilator will be smart, like the Servo I and the G5. And this traditional, I believe you guys are very feel comfortable to do that in the clinical, like pressure control, volume control, SIMV, and pressure support mode. And there have a lot of advanced mode nowadays, like dual control, ASB, VAPS, VV+, MMV, volume support, auto flow, PRVC, and the patient pressure augmentation. Also have the PAV, closed loop PSV, automatic tube compensation mode, and also have the ASV and my topic today, NAVA, and also have the smart care. Question 1. What's the goal of the ventilation? Let's think about that. I believe the goal of the ventilation is to not harm the patient. We should provide the optimal VQ match, and we should protect the lung from the ventilator-related lung injury. And we also have to promote patient comfortable. We should try to balance the work of breath of the ventilator and work of breath of the patient. We also have to liberate as soon as possible, because when patient with tube, they feel very uncomfortable. So we should wean them as soon as possible. So in conclusion, the aim of the mechanical ventilation is to assume gas exchange while efficiently unloading the respiratory muscle, and mechanical ventilation is an integrated part of the care of patients with acute respiratory failure. Modern lung protective strategies of mechanical ventilation include low tidal volume ventilation and the continually of spontaneous breathing, which has been shown to be beneficial in reduced atelectasis and improved oxygenation. Poor patient and ventilator interaction is a major issue during the conventional assisted ventilation. That's why nowadays we should use the NAVA. NAVA is a new mode of the mechanical ventilation that use the electrical activity of the diaphragm. We call EDID, EDI, to control the ventilator. So this is the NAVA. We will put the cannula in the patient to the diaphragm, and then the cannula will sensor the electrostatic from the diaphragm, and then they will have the signal to input in the computer, and they can let the computer synchronize the ventilator breathe and the patient breathe. So inspiratory pressure is controlled by the diaphragmatic EMG. That I said, EDID. EDID is measured using a nasal gastric cannula. Ventilatory assist is proportional to patient inspiratory effort. Available nowadays is only available on the servo eye ventilator. And my second question is, what is the difference between the traditional mode and the NAVA mode? In my opinion, the biggest difference is the trigger. The traditional mode, we can look at that. The traditional mode uses the pressure drop or flow reversal to provide assistance to the patient. Like this, patient should provide a force to present the flow and the pressure drop, and then they can trigger the ventilator to give them support. It makes a synchronize. This is the last step of the signal chain leading to the inhalation. And this last step to subject to distribute, such as the IPEEP or hyperinflation and leakage. So like the intrinsic PEEP, hyperinflation, and leakage will make patient need to do more effort to trigger the ventilation. But NAVA trigger didn't have this problem. NAVA trigger can provide the earliest signal that can be registered with a low degree of the invasivity is the excitation of the diaphragm. The excitation of the diaphragm is independently of the pneumatic influence and insensitive to the problems with the pneumatic triggering techniques. By following diaphragm excitations and adjusting to support level in synchronize with the rise and fall of the electrical discharge, the ventilator and the diaphragm will be work with the same signal input. In fact, this allowed the ventilator to function as an extra muscle, unloading extra respiratory work induced by the disease process. It's how does the NAVA work? The ideal technique is when the CNS put out the signal and the ventilator unit can directly get a signal, but we still cannot do it nowadays. Now, we can improve our technical from the current technical to the new technical is we can censor the EDID, like the signal from the diaphragm. It direct to go to the ventilator unit, and the ventilator can synchronize the ventilator breathe and the patient's breathe. Okay. And what parts we need to put on the patient for the NAVA? First, we have to get the electrical areas. Like we need the 10 lead electrical to measure ED and the ECG. And we also need the ED calendar. And after that, we should have the portable X-ray. And when we put in the NAVA calendar, we still can present the normal feeding. Let's look at the video. The video will show what the equipment we need for the NAVA and how to put the device on the patient and how to measure the NAVA signal. First, we need to sedation the patient and prepare the calendar. We should evaluate how long the calendar we should put in the patient. So we should measure the length from the nose to ear and ear to the middle of the abdomen. And then do the calculation. The unit is centimeter. And we should put some solution for easier insertion. It's directly put from the nasal. It's like the NG tube. And then we should connect the adapter to the ventilator. And then we should select the NAVA mode to signal the edit, to make sure that it's at the proportional position. And then we should use tape to fix the calendar on the nose. And this is the pressure and the edit signal. I will present that at the continual video.